This Fleet Equipment Unscripted interview is presented by Hendrickson, a leading manufacturer of heavy-duty suspension systems and components to the global commercial transportation industry. Visit hendrickson-intl.com to learn more.
Hi everyone, I'm Jason Morgan, Content Director for Fleet Equipment, and welcome to Fleet Equipment Unscripted. Today we're talking with Kevin Aries, Associate Director, Product Success, Verizon Connect. Kevin, great to see you again.
Hey Jason, it's always good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so we are going back to cameras and technology-infused cameras, something that we have talked with Verizon Connect a lot about, and it is continuing to evolve. You recently put out an announcement, some findings that you have found in the video, the dash cam footage, about a relatively basic technology of seatbelts, right? Seatbelts are very important. But you recently found that in a group of footage and analytics that you're running on the dash cam side, that 10% of commercial drivers were not wearing them, right? You were studying the footage through the Verizon Connect AI Dashcam. Let's start here. How did you go about doing this? How were you able to parse through that footage and that information and really understand the usage of seatbelts and those trends?
Yeah, well, as you know, Jason, we're one of the largest fleet management and telematics technology providers in the world, according to some of the analysts out there. And as a result of that, we do have the ability to leverage a lot of the sensors and data that we have out on community roadways today and be able to leverage that. We have a commitment to making roadways safer for everybody, obviously, including and especially commercial drivers. And so we're always going to provide sort of the best technology solutions. And we're going to do that by harnessing all of that data that we are able to capture as a way to improve those products and therefore safety on the roadways. So we looked at over 7 million videos from Verizon Connect's own dash cam footage earlier this year, which was really exciting. And obviously, we don't have a team full of video rats staring at computers all day. We're obviously leveraging the power of artificial intelligence and machine learning to be able to go through those pretty quickly. So what it's all about is, we're taking any video driver over 20, or I should say 12 miles per hour.
Okay.
And we're looking at using our AI to detect whether that driver is wearing a seatbelt or not.
Right.
There's obviously some challenges with that. Driver could be wearing a unique color of a shirt.
Right.
There's sometimes obstructions, things hanging, dangling from the mirror, or some interesting lighting. But our AI model is 98% accurate when it came to this study, and so we were able to look at all of those videos combined. And to get back to where we started, what we found is 1 in every 10 commercial driver operated in their vehicle without their seatbelt fastened, which is obviously it's quite concerning, considering that it's actually a growing trend when you look at commercial driver fatalities. Those fatalities are increasingly linked to drivers not wearing seatbelts.
Right. Well, I'm glad you don't have some poor intern there trying to go through 7 million videos. That's excellent. The AI usage, AI is a big topic now. It does get thrown around, but I know that you all have been integrating it and building it into that video analysis here for quite a while, right? So being able to implement it in this way to parse through that all information. Last year when we caught up with Verizon Connect, we were talking about identifying other things too, like distracted driving, phone usage, fatigue even. So how are you seeing AI evolve in your platform to be able to identify these additional things?
Yeah, so the thing about AI, right? Think about it as a machine that is able to make and think and make decisions on their own. And so machine learning, which is the other big term that you often hear, that's the specific technique that we use to improve that AI machine. Right. So, AI, it's more like a brain, and machine learning is that learning method that's going to improve and make that brain even smarter. And so when you talk about, how is our ability or really the industry's ability to zero in on distracted driving over time, it is actually sort of an organic outcome of using AI and machine learning technology that it is always improving. So that's one of the things that we've certainly seen over the past couple of years, and what we'll continue to see is that level of accuracy that we're able to harness. And of course, not only accuracy, but looking at new aspects of driving. As you know, it's not just seatbelts that we can look for. We're talking things like eye movement, different body movements and positioning, the way that heads are tilted. Those are all indicators potentially of distracted driving or even drowsy driving. And so that's something that we'll continue to see over time. And as we're able to identify those capabilities ourselves, we're adding those right into the Verizon Connect technology, which is obviously something that we've done recently, particularly around seatbelts. And we already have many other items associated with distracted and drowsy driving. The other thing that's really changing and evolving over time, in addition to AI getting better, is that our vehicles, as you know, are getting smarter, and there's more data behind them. These are really supercomputers kind of living on wheels increasingly. And so what that means is there's more sensors for us to work for. And what does AI eat for breakfast? It's data, right? And so these sensors, we're talking cameras, potentially additional cameras, or cameras that are able to look at more things, as I said, sort of body and eye movements, right. Phone detection, everything from how that phone is being held to looking at maybe Wi-Fi and Bluetooth signals in the vehicle that can tell you whether that phone is being used, steering wheel sensors, standard sort of vehicle telematic sensors that we've always relied on, in-cab voice detection. There's so many different aspects of vehicle technology that we can start to look at and harness and really enhance our view and our ability to look at distracted driving.
Right. And I'm going to make so correct me if I'm wrong here, because I'm going to make a little bit of a little bit of intuitive leap or assumption too. Going back to your seatbelt example, where you're looking at cases when the vehicle's moving 12 miles per hour or faster, and the same thing as if I'm holding a phone, right, you're able to parse through, okay, well, the vehicle's stationary, right? I'm not moving. You're able to match it up with what's happening in the visuals, what's happening in even just the computer ECUs and understanding through the telematics, how fast the vehicle is moving, where it's moving, even geolocations, those kind of things. So you're able to kind of put those data points together in a way to kind of confirm some of the assumptions about the visuals or understand the behavior. Am I getting that right? Is that correct?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, artificial intelligence is almost never operating off of a single data point. It's often bringing together disparate pieces of information to drive ultimately the insights that we're able to deliver to customers. Right. So absolutely, we want to aggregate and look at all of the different data points that are going to help tell the story of which drivers are being safe in our business and which ones need a little bit of coaching.
Right. Stepping back a little bit, because you all have been on the forefront here of in-cab and in-vehicle cameras for the past couple of years, and we've seen that segment grow quite a bit as well. What are you seeing now? Let's say in the past year, in the past 2 years, are you seeing continued growth and adoption? And how is the narrative evolving, of course, with the drivers? Fleets, I know, love them. It gives them great visibility in there, fleet managers. I know drivers can also be a little apprehensive. So are you still seeing growth in this segment? And what driver feedback are you hearing at all?
Yeah, absolutely. Video technology, camera technology in vehicles, it is absolutely the most apparent trend in telematics and fleet management today. It is very clear. We see it in conversations with customers. We see it in industry data. Berg has, I think, dash cams at around 4 million installed in their most recent report, and growing significantly at sort of an 18% annual compounded rate, which is significant. Europe is a little bit behind. I believe they're sort of 1-2 million, but they continue to grow as well. And we're seeing cameras not only be installed and inside those vehicles, but they're more integrated into solutions like Verizon Connect. And we're also seeing an increase of them. Sometimes it's not just one, but it's multiple cameras. In our case, we're looking at the road and what's going on in the cab and with the driver at the same time. And so with all of that, plus the ability to detect more and use computer vision to see what's going on with those cameras, absolutely huge growth. And really exciting, not just for a business, right, but ultimately for our customers' businesses, those that need to really improve safety within their company and to make sure that their people and vehicles are secure.
Right. Well, and seatbelts is a great example then, because again, one of those basic safety technologies, but easy to either take for granted or, a lot of times you're hopping in the truck, you're out of the truck, you're making a delivery, you're trying to get somewhere. It's also easy to have your mind on other things of where you're going and forget to put that on, or just even just an honest slip, not even a malicious intent or a preference, just forgot about it, right? And we need
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
eliminate that.
Listen, the fleet management, distracted driving technology, it's never been about catching somebody red-handed. We're all human. We all make mistakes, and we all take risks. Some of them consciously, some of them unconsciously, and it's important that we're able to prevent those and do so proactively. It's part of the reason, actually, why we've invested so much in in-cab alerting. Which is the ability to really give that feedback to the driver in real time. So no longer are we waiting to get a phone call at the end of the day from the fleet manager telling us all the things that we did wrong. We're actually engaging inside the cab in real time, telling the driver that they may be distracted in that moment, or they may be going over the lane line. And so those things are all really important. We just want to make sure that folks are feeling safe on the road, and so are their management teams.
Right. And that's a big component of the job. Kevin, great to talk with you. It's wonderful always catching up. I'm sure I'll talk to you again very soon.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jason. I appreciate it.